there's no question what we have to start with. We have to talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Bro, I'm honestly speechless for how good he's been.
It's really like
insane.
Yeah, insane is the perfect way to put it. Like, there was no way to expect this type of start from him in any world. Like, even the people that are super high on him like us weren't expecting that.
Yeah, I think everyone pretty much know he was good and he belongs in every single conversation when it comes to point guards like Darius Garland, LaMelo Ball, and things of that nature. But I think I could say confidently, at least last year, the consensus was like, for the most part, they wouldn't take him as seriously and put him over guys like those.
Yeah.
But now it's like not even a question.
For some reference for people who don't know, currently Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder is on the heater of a fucking lifetime. He's averaging 32 points per game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's the first guard since Michael Jordan to average 30 with less than 3 3-point attempts per game. Like, and he's not shooting threes at all.
It's not, bro. He's at 50, 40, 90 right now. Like, it's not just it's the efficiency that he's doing it with. It's the fact that he's hitting step back game winners every single night. He should have had 2 game winners, but Lou Dort, he's stupid and didn't know.
You hate Lou Dort.
Listen, like, because he's interfering with Shai's history right now. Like, I'm like. They could have won. Shai had a game about like a week and a half ago against the Bucks. Giannis and Drew are out. That game goes down to the wire. Shai hits a step back 3 to put the Thunder up 1, and then Dort fouls Brook Lopez with 0.6 seconds left on the clock, sends the game into overtime. Thunder end up losing in double overtime. Like, the things that Shai has done, the clutch shots that he's hit so far this season. It's clearly like put him on the fast track to be an all-star this year and like finally take that jump. We're talking about all NBA right now with Shai.
Oh yeah, the season ends today, surely. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and we're talking about like all NBA. I think more so. I always knew he was a great offensive player, but it's the defensive end where I think he took probably maybe an even bigger leap.
We'll talk about that. I don't feel like I have a good grasp of what his defense has been like this year. What are you seeing from him on that end?
I just see tenaciousness, and he's actually using his big, lengthy frame like he's supposed to, bro.
Yeah.
He's. I feel like there's a lot more seriousness and more pride in his game right now, and he's just more aggressive as a defender. He just cares a lot more, and I think he's always had like the necessary tools and correct fundamentals to be a great defender. Coming out of college, no one ever called that out as a weakness for him whatsoever. You know, it was a thing that was known to be or supposed to be eventually a strength, and now he's turned that corner, and now that's like a big part of his game as well, and his team's game.
For sure. Yeah, obviously it's not everything about defense, because the most important part of defense is like stuff that doesn't show up in the stat sheet. But right now he's top 10 in the NBA in steals, which is like surprising for him, because being on a tanking team like OKC, it's pretty hard to try on defense for most years. And this year, like you're saying, he's finally doing it, and you're starting to see that. Like, that's been the biggest thing, is that the level of play he's shown is kind of like taking them out of the running for being like an absolute tank job. You know what I mean? Like, he's forcing them to actually play serious basketball, which is like a good sight to see.
And it's not just the steals. Honestly, the biggest jump defensively, like numbers wise, comes with the blocks, because he's like around. He's been around like 0.5, 0.7.
Oh, 1.4. Jesus.
He's at 1.4 blocks right now at the guard position. Like that's the crazy jump. That's where you're seeing all of that tenacity that Mo's talking about on the defensive end. And you're right. Like they can't tank anymore. That's dead.
Yeah. You know what's interesting too? He's clearly trying harder on defense in a way we've never seen him do. But he's doing that while also having one of the highest usage rates in the NBA. Like, he's up there with like Luka Doncic, Trae Young type usage rate. Like, it's 35%, which is like top 10 in the NBA. Like, everything's running through him. So we'll see if he can keep up that level of effort on both ends. But right now he's like up there as those few players that have an imprint on the game on every possession, both sides of the court. Now that's pretty fucking rare.
Yeah, he's gonna get the player of the month. Right, like this November is going to be Shai's month. Yeah. What all NBA team do you guys think that he's going to end up on? Because I kind of think that he's low key on a path to get up to first team.
First is going to be Luka and Steph. Make that clear. It's going to be Luka and Steph.
It's Luka and Steph. I think
he can challenge. I think he might be able to challenge Steph for first team right now.
I guess, but Steph's team is going to, we're going to talk about them later, but the Warriors are going to, get out from the bottom of the conference. So, record-wise, Steph is still Steph. He's going to get first team.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be like a blowout. If this keeps up, which is a big if because we've only seen him do this for 15 games. If he remains like a near 30-point scorer on a great efficiency, he'll be second team. I think you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's crazy to say at all. But like, I don't really see an avenue for him to be first team, like you said, Isaac, unless like Steph was, God forbid, was to go through some type of injury, which could happen. The last time we saw him hauling ass and absolutely carrying his team was the year 2020, and that's when they got the second or third overall pick and landed James Wiseman, and that was just a catastrophe draft. And like you said, we're gonna go over them later, but I don't see a visible way for Shai to do this. But regardless or not, first team, second team, even if he makes a first team, which I would bet my money on that he makes probably.
So wait,
that's
you're with
he
me.
meant to say. No, he meant to say if he makes an All-NBA team, he'll bet money he'll make that.
Yeah, I'll bet money that's on the third team.
Okay.
That's on
He's. I think like we're past the point of like, is he going to be one of the 6 best guards? Because I think if he stays like at 80% of what he is, he's going to be one of the 6 best guards. Especially because, and again, we're gonna talk about this later. But there's another guard in the East that's been dropping off. There's been some movement. Shai's going to be able to he's going to be able to slide into that role, at least on the third team.
What's it called? Aside from forecasting the future, because like I said, we don't know if he's going to keep this up. I want to talk about like what's made this level of play so interesting, like what's causing him to make this leap. Because we could just talk about, he's making 50, 40, 90 efficiency, but like the more interesting part to me is what's changing his game. Like I mentioned, he's the first guard since Jordan to average this many points with less than 3 3-point attempts. And it's not even just that he's like taking his normal amount of threes, which has never been high. He's taking less than last year. Like he's taking, at the numbers written down, 12% of his shots are threes. Last year it was 24%. So he's literally taking half as many threes. Like that's a massive drop off. And so who do you think is the best guard in the NBA in terms of drives per game and efficiency?
I would assume it's Shai. Like off rip,
I would say
Shai and Ja.
It's either Luka.
You would
or
think
Steph.
Ja, right? Yeah, normally you would think Ja Morant in terms of volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's taking the same amount of drives per game as Ja, a little bit more. He's taking 25.1 per game. And he's shooting 55% on these drives, while Ja shoots 48%.
Yeah.
So, like, think about that. You know Ja as being, like, one of the most tenacious, efficient drivers in the game from the guard position. And Shai is shooting 8% better from there.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because I don't, like, and again, I'm not trying to, like, hate on Ja or anything. I don't think of him as some, like, efficient, driver.
Yeah,
like where I think of Ja, the thing is, like, he's just going to go to the rim all game long. And that's what it is. With Shai, I guess because he's not as explosive, you can see like the crafty finishes around the rim. You can see the reverses. He has like some Euro step where his tempo starts slowing up. Like it gives
unpredictable in the paint.
Yeah, that's the best word to use. It's unpredictable,
definitely.
and you can really see like the complete finishing package with him once he gets
He's
down.
just shifty.
Yeah.
He's like slippery. Like he has a slithery finisher badge on Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's like his game is so weird, and I don't ever expect him. One thing that does help him in like him being marketable as an NBA player is just the fact that he's straight up Canadian. Like if you're Canadian, you can hoop. You got it made for you in the NBA, bro.
Do you?
But
I don't know where that
yeah,
comes from.
pretty much.
Is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
What
Canadians got
Canadians are being
love.
sold like that?
What Canadians are being sold like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, explain
Guys
it to me.
like-
Like, what's the pattern?
I would say guys like Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett. He got a lot of love. Did I say Anthony Bennett? Was that his name? It's been a minute.
Are we talking about Anthony Bennett right now?
Yeah, Canadians who get a lot of love.
From Canada, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Canadian NBA fans definitely ride for their guys. I thought you meant the
yeah,
general
they ride
NBA
for-
fan
that's what I'm
base.
saying.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
No,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
So yeah, exactly. But like, as we were describing Shai's game, it's just really, it's sexy to watch, but at the same time, it's not what you're used to watching because you are used to the traditional super
Very
quick.
different.
You can shoot from dumb deep, or you're like stupid athletic, and he's neither of those things.
Mm-hmm.
None of those things.
100%. Like the common trend in guards these days of like the elite of the elite is these, like, people call it heliocentric now. I think Seth Partnow coined the term of these guards who can be your go-to scorer and go-to playmaker and create everything for the team. Shai is almost in the mold of like a wing, like almost like Jason Tatum. Shai and Jason Tatum are kind of like keeping this old tradition alive of these bigger wing, big guard types of players that will just dominate by being an absolutely unstoppable scorer in every possession. They're gonna, they're getting a bucket, and that gravity they create is gonna be what makes their team go. Like the old Tracy McGrady model, Carmelo Anthony. Shai's keeping that alive as a point guard, which is crazy.
Philosophically, and this is very interesting, and I really want to know what you guys think. Would you rather have a guard like that to where your offense is heliocentric, or would you rather have your best player be in that Shai, Jason Tatum range where that they're like they have pretty good playmaking, but they're just an absolute bucket, and then you can kind of fill in what you need with everybody else.
I'd rather have the playmaker. I mean, like I'd rather have Luka than Shai. Like I'd rather have the person that has playmaking and scoring. But if you're at this level of scoring with this type of efficiency, and like a normal scoring guard that is scoring first only has so much of a ceiling. Like Devin Booker will probably never be a top 10 player in the league. But if Shai plays like this, and this is like what we're seeing from his peak, he can challenge that type of thing. If you can be a 30-plus point per game scorer, like you have to be super efficient like he's doing now, and it allows you to have the same type of ceiling as the playmakers.
Does that not scare you though? Because we've seen with guys like Luka and with Harden that once you get into the playoffs, just the fatigue of having to be on and have the entire offense run.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Like so like for you, that's just the price you're willing to pay, is that your star might fizzle out in the playoffs because you have this offense running through them?
Well, I mean, sure, but that's more of like a coaching, like a philosophy thing, like a style of play.
Yeah, and that's what I was asking. It's more of like this like overarching like philosophical type of thing of
sure,
like
but I'd rather have those players. I'd rather have that player because you can still plug him into a normal like share the ball system, but they have the ability to still be the playmaker. Like Shai's not a good passer, you know what I mean? Like he's just like he's solid, but he's not above average playmaker. Yeah. I think playmaking still matters. It's just he's showing that you can elevate yourself if you're scoring. Is that nice? But I'd rather have the guy that can play make still.
Okay. Absolutely. Just adds way many more swings and layers. Just like almost a cake. I love me some cake. I love things that have layers, bro.
Nice.
I love things that have layers, bro. My mind was just, I'm kind of hungry. Sorry, guys. But yeah, bro. I'm what Isaac 10,000% of the time when it comes to what type of player, what type of style of offense, what I'd rather prefer. But that's no like knock or anything like that to say. I'd love to say. Yeah, I'd love to have someone like him on my team 10,000% of the time.
Yeah. It's just great to see that we're seeing, if things keep up, it's a big if, don't want to overreact too much, but appreciating the player in the moment. It's nice to see someone like a young player who we've always had a lot of hope for. Everyone always talks about like Shai's up next. It's nice to see him finally get his time and kind of make that star leap into the upper echelon.
So my question to you could be a potential TikTok. Do you think the Los Angeles Clippers regret the Paul George trade?
Ooh. It depends how Kawhi's health goes. Maybe a little bit. But they probably regret it, but they would do it again because, getting Kawhi is worth it.
Yeah.
That's very yes. I think they do. When you trade for Paul George and Kawhi and you make this whole big swing, the expectation is championships, and they haven't made a finals, and they've blown a 3-1 lead. They've had Kawhi out for 2 years. It just hasn't gone the way that it's gone. They've spent all this money doing it. So yes, I think that they regret it.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to say yes, they regret it in hindsight because it hasn't worked out. But I bet if you ask them again, they would take that chance and hope it works out 10 times over. You know what I mean? Like you're getting Paul George and Kawhi, you're setting yourself up well. If you get unlucky, you get unlucky, but you got to make that chance.
Absolutely. I like those answers because a lot of people that's like a similar question to when people ask when people are starting to question the whole Anthony Davis trade or whatever. It's like, dude, you already won. But for the Lakers, it's an already easier question to answer because they literally already won. And for the Clippers, they're not completely out of possibility to win within the next few years at all. It's just interesting now seeing people double think that and call that, this is one of the worst trades in NBA history. This might go down.
I guess hindsight.
I mean,
it was a good process. It didn't work out. It doesn't work out.
It's not one of the worst trades. It's one of the
disappointing trades.
It's one of the most overpriced. They definitely paid 100% overpaid to go get Paul George. I don't think you would ever get a haul like that.
This is a 2-for-1 basically though.
You can always say that in hindsight though, because injuries, it hasn't worked out. But that doesn't mean it was a bad process. You know what I mean?
It's still a high price. Even if something is of extreme value, there's still a line where you're hey, you probably paid a little bit too much for that. And
Yeah, but I don't think they did. It was PG and Kawhi. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just for PG. Like it was to get him and Kawhi as a package deal. Like I think it was fine value.
That's the price of Kawhi too. If you weren't willing to give, if you're being a pick stingy, then that whole trade falls through, and then they're stuck to continue being mediocre. And who knows if Shai continues to develop to the point guard he is today? Because like I'm sure we all know, CP3 had a heavy influence into his game. And I'm not saying that CP3 made him or anything like that, but I'm sure that he's picked up a couple things to go ahead and help him speed up this process. You know, so.
Great influence.
I would do it again if I was in LA. What'd you say?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I was agreeing. CP3 is a great influence to have in your locker room for a young guard.
100%. But yeah, Shai's him.
For sure. I'm glad we got that out. Got the Shai talk over with. It was definitely something that was like on the tip of my tongue. Had to talk about this. But welcome back to episode 11 of the Deep 3 podcast. We're here talking about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, some teams that have been disappointing, some players have been disappointing, and a little bit more. But first, we got to do what we always do, and we got to react to your guys' NBA hot takes.
Let me hear some hot trash. Let's go for it.
Hot trash. We got some decent ones this week.
That's what I'm saying. You love being mean to everybody's hot takes.
Absolutely. I advocate for bullying. I'm so dead ass, bro.
Bullying our fans.
Let's go.
Okay. First one. Hooper says that Russ is better than CP3 all time.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Yes.
Russ is better than CP3 all time?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Why not? What's the case for CP?
I just think CP3's been a better basketball player.
He's just a better basketball player.
He's just impacted winning more.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Russ has the accomplishment with the MVP. I understand if that's really what weighs it for you. But I think over a body of work, stats... Okay, the volume of stats is in Russ's favor, but impact to winning and the stats that matter favor CP.
I think I would take peak Russ over peak CP3, but I would take CP3's career over Russ's.
I'm easily taking peak CP3 over peak Russ. Even peak Russ, where he's a stats machine, I think it's so much easier to play winning basketball around CP and build a contender with that style of play in the playoffs. It's not even a question for me.
Well, see, I don't feel that like 2016, 2017. I don't feel like that's peak Russ. I think that's like I think peak Russ is the 2 years leading up to it. The year that they blew the 3-1 lead, that was the best year of Russell Westbrook. I think the year after that is, hey, obviously like Durant left, you go and do you and have your like revenge season. The year prior, he had probably turned into like the best passer that he had been. Like
I can see that.
The decision making was starting to get there. That's what I think peak Russ is.
Yeah, okay, I'm definitely going to go ahead and lean with CP3, but I do not want anybody to think that this isn't a no-brainer. Like Russ, I think he deserves to be in this conversation. Yeah, people are going to go ahead and disrespect him because of the prior season that he had with the Lakers, and that just can't happen. So I'm definitely taking CP3 though.
It's definitely understandable either way you vote it.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Jordan H says that Kevin Garnett was a better player than Kobe Bryant.
All right now.
This is real nasty.
Come
you
on
fighting
now.
for Kevin Garnett over Kobe, bro?
Come
in
on.
broad daylight? You realize
honestly, it's probably closer than most people want to admit, but it is Kobe. Kobe was at his peak. For the era he was in, the style of play that Kobe played, it was necessary to win a championship. With the offenses weren't nearly as efficient and nearly as smooth as today. You need those guards that can make tough shots in playoff scenarios. And Kobe's self-creation was just outweighs anything KG brought in the defensive end. That was better than Kobe.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Completely.
Come on, man.
I don't know a soul who would take KG over Kobe. You're tripping.
L.
Come on, man.
I forgot to say the hook. Let me know if these NBA hot takes are a W or an L. Ash says the Warriors should trade Clay and Green before it's too late.
That's the right thing to do.
It
is clear.
This is hot.
Clear. There is one player in that organization who is a lifer, and that is Steph Curry. Draymond Green lost his title when he punched Jordan Poole in the face, and Clay.
Yeah.
They gave Clay the max, even though that he was hurt for 2 years. They've done right by him. Exactly. They've done right by him. You guys, you have your jersey retired. You guys can come back, retire a Warrior. Get out of here, though. You got to save the last 3 years of Steph's career, or however long he has, while he's playing like this.
The only thing for me is, what are they gonna get for them? Clay looks like shit right now. Draymond, everybody knows his level of. Everybody knows he's not gonna be productive for that many more years. Like, I don't know if the value is worth it for them.
You can.
Yeah.
You don't think anybody would give a first for Clay?
No,
maybe
right
a
now?
tanking team, but not even a tanking team. That was Yeah, I don't know anybody who would proudly, quickly, without any hesitation.
Okay, never mind. Maybe you can.
First for Clay.
The problem is the salary. Nobody that would give up a first for him, contenders, have the matching salary to make it worth it. You know what I mean? Because he's making a lot of fucking money. So if you're the Bucks and you say, "Oh, Clay's gonna make us unstoppable," to match a max salary for them, you have to give up a max player because they don't have the middle ground salaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So realistically, probably not.
If you take that huge ass contract away from him, then I think you can convince a lot of teams to go ahead and do that because he's just one of the greatest shooters of all time. He just has that type of respect. And you never know.
Why you put that in quotes? He is.
Because he's not playing that right now.
I know. He's not that right now. That's why I put that in quotes. You know, but he is. He deserves that respect. But I think the Warriors are genuinely cooked because I feel I'm one of those people who firmly believe that they should have traded James Wiseman the day that they drafted him. Traded away Kuminga and Moody the second they had that opportunity, because now everyone probably realizes like, yo, these guys
we'll talk more about
them
later. We'll talk about this topic later.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
We're gonna get to them.
I'm gonna say that for later, but general, no.
Okay. Well, that's all the hot takes we got.
W take.
Yeah.
L.
L take. You can't do that. That's out of respect. It's the law, bro. You can't do that.
I just don't think the value to go back is worth it.
Say everything's law. It's not law.
You get hella laws. Okay. Next thing we gotta talk about is one of the biggest stories the past few days. We talk about them a lot, but we gotta talk about the Nets again. Specifically, it was reported that the team is kind of losing faith in Ben Simmons, and it was weird because Shams wrote that story to reporting that, but he interviewed Ben Simmons in the story, so he had like a chance to defend himself, and he was basically like, "Yeah, I'm playing disappointing right now. Like, I understand what they're talking about, but like I'm a hooper and I'll get back to being me." And then plus there was Kevin Durant's interview where he was basically like, "Look who I'm playing with. The team sucks. We're only competitive because I'm on the court, and everybody knows that."
He said, "Look who I'm playing with," and then he went on to go ahead to list these dudes by first and last name. He's like, "What do you expect me to do?" Like he basically said, "I'm basically playing with a bunch of 55 overall doo-doo brown shirts. You expect me to win? You out of your mind."
He said, "Do you even know who Edmund Sumner is?"
Yeah, he said Edmund Sumner's, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you were one of those teammates, how would you feel, bro? If I'm Nick Claxton, I'm taking all offense for that. All offense.
Yeah, but you can't feel good, right?
No, you can't feel good. And listen, we don't have to have the Kevin Durant referendum today, but this is clearly one of the things that I will be using against Kevin Durant in further arguments.
Add it to the agenda. Load it up.
Yeah. As for Ben,
we can talk about it. Honestly, we can talk about it. Like,
what do you want to get into? What do you want me to say?
Honestly, we can talk about the fact that I love Kevin Durant. I love him as a person, his honesty, but as a teammate, you have certain responsibilities as the best player on your team and leadership qualities that he's always said, "That's not me. I'm not a leader. Don't ask me to be that." Fine, you don't have to be a leader. You can be a Kawhi Leonard and you can lead by example and be quiet. But when you throw people under the bus like this constantly, you're saying my teammates are trash, my coach is trash, I want to be traded. Like, at a certain point, it's almost like a negative presence in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
I think at this point, yeah. It's like, but it's very interesting how his personality fit, like, and everything that you described fits perfectly into the way that his game is, because like Durant is the most malleable superstar we've ever seen. You can put him into any system and you know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get 28 points a night on 16 shots, 50, 40, 90 efficiency. And that's just that. And it's just like, okay, here it is. Like, this is Kevin Durant. Personality wise, you're not even getting this like Tim Duncan-esque, oh yeah, I'll allow myself to be coached for the greater good. You're just like, hey, like I'm Kevin Durant. You guys just have to understand, like, I'm gonna get buckets. I'm gonna show up to work and go home. And
and I can respect that if that's what it was. If it was just that, like, that's what Kawhi Leonard is. I'm gonna do me and I'm gonna keep to myself. Don't expect me to be a leader. But when he's doing things that negatively impact his team morale-wise, like, we're not in the locker room. I'll say that. We don't know for sure. Maybe everyone understands this is just Kevin. It's not a big deal.
We don't have to. Yeah, but go ahead.
Also, from the outside looking
like,
in, it looks like a toxic presence.
exactly. You don't have to be in the locker room. Even if things are good in the locker room, you just set your teammates up for failure to go ahead and answer tough questions. You just put this negative energy, this gray ass dark cloud over the Brooklyn Nets that just continuously seems to be raining. What it is. He doesn't help. He's not helping the case at all. And if you're not going to help it, he's just making it worse.
Yeah, like, the situation's been bad. He's been dealt a shit hand by deciding to partner with Kyrie and the Nets, and nothing's going well for him. So I understand frustration, but like you're saying, he's just like not doing his job as a leader to, quell that frustration. He's just laying it out there and making the dark cloud, which is just not what you want. You know what I mean?
But guess what? Whose idea was it to go get Kyrie?
Oh, for sure, yeah, he's reaping what he sowed. But like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna have to step up at a certain point. And what's funny to me about Durant, in I guess 2 years ago when the Bucks end up winning the championship, and Durant has that stretch against the Bucks in the playoff series, and he has that insane Game 5 where he has like 49. He has like a 49-point triple double, and it was like the first time that we've seen Durant do that. And everyone's like giving him all these flowers and everything. And I remember telling you, Isaac, I said, congratulations. For one night, Kevin Durant has done, right? Durant's been asking his entire career to be the number one guy. And for one night in his career, he finally lived up to what LeBron's been doing for the last 20 years. He's finally done what the best player has done. And he hasn't done it since. He hasn't done it since. He can go in here and have 3 game stretches where everything is fine and dandy, and then he goes and gets destroyed by 32 to the Sacramento Kings, and then says like, "Oh, well, I'm just playing with Emmitt Summer." You're at the tail end of your career. You're just trying to go out here and get buckets. I told you 2 weeks ago that I'm out on the Nets because of all the drama that they had. Kevin Durant's adding more to it. I'm even further out on the Nets, and there's no way that they're winning a championship. Let alone, are we going to see another playoff series win from Brooklyn?
At this point,
this
probably
year,
not.
Probably not. This year, I doubt it.
Yeah,
exactly. Because probably not
swept.
because of what we can transition to now. Because of the Ben Simmons thing, like we talked about the Shams article. Apparently, people inside are losing faith in him. I can tell you for certainty, it's probably Kevin Durant, right? Like,
absolutely.
Like, it's Kevin Durant didn't name drop Ben Simmons in the article because he understands the tepidness of the situation. Yeah. I guarantee you he doesn't have faith in Ben Simmons right now. From everything we know about Kevin Durant, he probably hates playing with Ben Simmons for everything we know. Like, it's not a good situation.
Absolutely. He was supposed to. Could you imagine trading away? I'm assuming KD was great friends with someone like James Harden. Imagine going ahead, doing away with one of your best friends to go ahead and have a former number 1 overall pick come to your team, and he's supposed to be a seamless plug and play fit who can do all of the things that James Harden cannot do and aid you and assist you in certain ways that you've never played with anybody, not in your career, but he can just do things that you really need help with. And he's not doing any of that to the highest degree that we know.
Bro, he's playing like
is capable.
You could put 45-year-old Nene out there and he'd be more efficient than Ben Simmons.
Holy shit, bro. I could put up Al-Farouq Aminu, bro, up there and he'll do more than fucking Ben Simmons. Yeah. Are you crazy?
It's crazy because I'm sure as you guys remember, a very staunch Ben Simmons supporter coming into this year. My whole thing was, I'm not going to be the first one to write him off. Like, people are giving him so much slack. He missed a year. We don't know what he's going to look like. Everyone assumed because he hadn't played, he was just ass now. And I was like, let's give him a chance. Maybe he's given some time, some runway to get get the game under his feet and whatnot. He's had some runway. He fucking sucks. At a certain point, I gotta call his way. He fucking sucks right now.
Yeah. Dog. One of the most irritating things to play with, one of the most irritating type of players to play with is players who are not looking at the basket whatsoever because you're blowing so many opportunities and you're not only making life harder just in general for yourself, but for the rest of the team. It's just a nasty ass stench, and now teams are guarding you a whole different type of way now.
Yep.
It's literally 4-on-5. It's literally 4-on-5 basketball because they don't
Let's
have
talk about why though.
They don't have to worry.
Let's talk about why he looks like shit, though. Because it's so easy to just be like, his season high is 11 points. He's ass. But specific reasons why. So obviously, you got to be sensitive about it because a big part of it is clearly a mental thing for him. Like you talked about, he's scared to shoot. So that's whatever that is. You know, there's always a lot of ugly conversations around Ben Simmons' mental health. This is part of it. But also, he just doesn't move like he used to. he looks stiff as fuck. Like those back injuries are caught up to him. When he dribbles the ball, he used to look fluid. He used to look like he runs like a gazelle in transition. Now he looks like an old man dribbling the ball. You know what I mean? Like
he doesn't get as low when he dribbles. Yeah, I can agree to that. He doesn't get as low when he dribbles. He's not as like, I don't see much acceleration or as much acceleration and burst. And he's only like, what, 25, 26 years old or something like that?
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And maybe it'll be a thing like where it takes him a year to like get back to some semblance of his old self. But that's a big assumption. Like right now, it looks like he's lost athleticism, at least for the time being. And combine that, which is probably a big reason why his confidence is shot. Because, you know, if you're used to playing a certain way and you come back and you're just not physically capable of doing those things you were once capable of, mentally that's hard to have that confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not only – listen, he sat out a majority of last year with a back injury. But in the story that with Shams, he's talking about getting PRP shots in his knee, right? and so you have every part of your body that's not like, you know, capable of doing whatever. And if we go back to it, if you're struggling – it has to be even worse whenever the environment around you is not conducive to just say like, hey, we'll give you time. We traded all these assets to go get you. We're gonna allow you just a little bit more leeway. Like we're not at Thanksgiving, right? Everybody says that the NBA season starts at Christmas. We're not at Thanksgiving, and this entire team has given up on Ben Simmons. So that aspect is not good. But
on top of that too,
but Ben got to give him something. You got to look at the basket, right? It's a two-way street. You got to do something.
Yeah. For sure. It also what makes it tough is that like everybody is on his dick all the time. Like that must be so frustrating that you're struggling, you're trying to get back under you, and everybody in the media just rides your dick nonstop. And like nobody does this to Jamal Murray, who started off struggling, which granted he looks better now. It's just because Ben Simmons and because he did to himself partly, like by forcing his way out of a playoff team and like causing drama. So it is partly his fault. But regardless, it must be so frustrating to have these confidence issues, these physical issues, and just be under a microscope all the time. Like, it's like him and Westbrook are the most dick road players right now in terms of everybody's just constantly on their ass.
Absolutely. And I mean, like, it's sad and it sucks to see. And now this also just raises a random question. Who has the worst contract in the entirety of the NBA? Ben Simmons, in my mind, has to be damn near number one, if not number one right now.
Because at one point it was John Wall, but that's done now. He's back on a minimum deal.
But John Wall's even better than fucking Ben right now, dog.
Oh, everyone's better than Ben right now.
Yeah, bro. Fuck.
I would say
if he looks like this, I'm not going to say right now because like it is still a small sample size. If he looks like this for the rest of the year, and this is who Ben Simmons is, it's easily him.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Could you
tough?
Just a super depressing moment, and I feel like all Nets fans right now are just waiting for the inevitable, and there's just too much turmoil, and they're just slowly waiting for the building just to completely collapse, and they go into their what's that word I'm looking for? I don't know, but unavoidable fucking
inevitable
restart inevitable restart to what they had going on back almost 10 over I think 10 years ago now, basically.
Yep.
When they were rocking out guys like what's his name, Greg Velasquez or something like that, and a whole bunch of
Grievous Vasquez.
Grievous Vasquez. Yes.
Oh, this man is racist.
Greg Velasquez.
He said the first Hispanic name that came to his mind. He didn't care.
Nah, I was pretty close. But dog,
no, you weren't.
They're about to hit into those. They're about to go back into those dark ages of the
right.
NBA.
Yeah.
And
they're heading back towards another rebuild without their picks, which is tough.
And it sucks, bro.
You're right. We're just counting down the days till KD requests a trade again. Like, that's the inevitable outcome.
Yeah. Sucks to not be the best team in New York.
And it's so sad. And it's so sad because, like, just a couple of years ago, like, when all three of their guys were healthy, Kyrie, Harden, and KD, they were, in my mind, they were playing unstoppable basketball.
Oh,
absolutely unstoppable.
We can't let Donovan slide. He's talking about the best team in New York. And those mid-ass Knicks. Do we need to get into the Knicks right now? The Knicks are mid as fuck. Like, we can talk about the Knicks. He wants to gloat. Like, this team sucks.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't.
Go ahead and tell me how's RJ Barrett doing? Max contract on RJ right now. How is he doing right now?
Not good.
I said best team in New York. Does that mean a good overall basketball team? Does that mean a playoff contending basketball team? No, that
It's a
means that
low
we are
standard.
better. That means that we are better than the Brooklyn Nets. That is the only thing that matters right now because we are in the most mid era of New York
Yeah.
Knicks basketball.
Yeah.
Through the first 10 games of the season, the Knicks were 5-5. They had 5 wins against teams under 500. They had and they had 5 losses against teams over 500. This is the middle, and this is where the Knicks are.
Listen, I don't want to talk about the Knicks too much. Tom Thibodeau's going to get fired. I can tell you that. We're counting down the days. He's out of there.
Easy.
He absolutely deserves it, bro.
His time is on the way. They're probably looking for places to send Julius Randle and trying to figure out how to make this Brunson, Barrett backcourt work. But it's not fun. It's not like overly fun right now. But it is what it is.
It's fun to be the 25th best defense in the league and have no chance of getting better.
Only fun that they have is reaching out for hope and just praying for and just daydreaming, having wet dreams, bro, about the day that Obi Toppin starts and Quentin Grimes goes off.
What they have is wet nightmares about what could have been if they would have traded for Donovan Mitchell like a smart team.
Yeah.
But what could have been?
Yeah.
That's so rough, bro.
But that's enough negativity. Let's move on to a team that has been positive right now. We got to talk about the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, no, I'm still being negative. What is...
of course.
What are you talking about?
Donovan,
Listen,
what were your expectations for the Kings to start off the season?
Listen,
Tell me.
I'm going to let you guys go ahead.
No, I want to hear you first. No, I want to hear you.
Fine.
No.
Fine. I'll be the negative one, and I'll say why I don't like the Kings, and then you guys can tell me why they've been good. I don't like the Kings because they remind me exactly of who the Charlotte Hornets were last year, where they are a fun league pass team, but in terms of being like a good basketball team, that's not like really in the cards for them. They run really fast, they score a lot of points, they can't guard they can't guard anybody, and literally if you look at who the Hornets were post All-Star break last season. They were second in offensive rating, only to the Boston Celtics. And then defensively, they were 21st in defense. The Kings this year, second in offensive rating, only to the Boston Celtics. Defensively, they're 26th. They run up and down the court. This looks like an AAU team. It looks like a JBA team, and that's all that they do.
Exactly why they're so fun, bro. It doesn't matter. No one's seriously. Are you crazy? Who's seriously banking on the Sacramento Kings to make noise in the playoffs? Are you for it right now? No one cares about none of that shit.
They're
it's
exactly
all about
vibes.
They've been having one of the worst vibes in the entire NBA over the past 16 years. Just absolutely no motion. They were the definition of no motion, bro. We just want excitement. We want some type of culture. And I'm over here talking like a fan when I generally don't give 2 shits about them. Generally don't care about them. But I just like seeing people and things overcome a big ass hurdle, and that's what they've done over the last 15 games.
10 games. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Let's throw a parade. You finally won 6 games.
Bro. If your team was as down bad as the Sacramento Kings, you'd be having a fucking parade right now, dog. A parade.
What are you talking about?
All I want to say is
good for them.
All I want to say
them,
is
though.
we need to give Kevon Huerter his flowers.
Oh, yes.
Hey,
This man is top 5 in the NBA in 3-point volume. He's taking 95 threes before yesterday's game. I don't know what it is now. And he's shooting over 50% from 3.
Fuck. You telling me the Atlanta Hawks went ahead and we got bogey, bro. We basically swapped white men with the Sacramento Kings. And we got the older one who can't move, who has no motion, and has a cooked ass knee. Seeing Kevon hoop,
but that man is thriving. And the fact that Kevin is thriving is such a symbol of what's made the Kings so good this year.
Yeah.
Right now, they're just raining hell from 3. They're by far first in the NBA in 3-point volume. 40% of their shots are coming from 3. And a big reason for that is Kevin shooting 50%. But they've just been utterly ridiculous. When they have De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis on the floor together, their offense is just on a whole nother level. They have a 121 offensive rating with them together. That's ridiculous.
Crack. That's what their offense is, bro.
But they also have a 112 defensive rating.
Who cares?
They're positive. They're plus 10, which is fantastic because their offense is right now unsustainably good.
Yeah. But
their defense is pretty bad.
I'm happy for them, bro. Literally just a couple, maybe last week actually, Tyrese Halliburton hopped on the JJ Reddit podcast and he was talking about how the Sacramento Kings had absolutely like no culture. And now it's starting to build, bro. Just a couple of hours ago, Donovan went ahead. Don't do that. You were the one over here screaming "Beam Team" in the TikTok comment section, right?
Beam
just a couple
team.
hours ago. Exactly. That's so fine. Name another team doing that right now.
I sent that TikTok to the group chat because it made me laugh because the Aloe Black song in the back was absolutely it was hilarious. I love those TikToks. Secondly, you're talking about a team building culture.
Yes.
After 4 wins. Come on.
Oh, you're a hater for real. You're a hater for
wow, bro. Do you know who you are? You're a Knicks fan. What are you talking about right now? If anything, you should be. You know what I think it is? I think you're jealous, and I think you're envious of them right now. That's what I think it is.
You would kill for Domantas Sabonis to be on the Knicks.
You would absolutely kill. You would kill. Be real.
You would trade your firstborn child for De'Aaron Fox.
These guys These guys are 7. They're 7-6, right? Their wins have come. They've beaten Brooklyn under 500, Golden State under 500, Lakers under 500. They got a very good win. They got a very good win against Cleveland. Orlando under 500, Charlotte under 500, Miami under 500. They
know what that says to me? They're doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
The first step to building a competent team is beating the teams you're supposed to beat.
And listen, that's cool. Can we get to Thanksgiving before we start talking about they're building a culture? This is the Sacramento Kings, guys. They're gonna mess it up. They're gonna mess it up. This is what they do.
We're just saying they're a fun 8 seed.
Yeah, I love them, bro. I love watching them.
They're not building a contender, but they're building something when they previously had nothing. So it's been a positive sign.
Speaking about nothing, and this is probably a good connection because we were just talking about the Sacramento Kings. Let's go ahead and talk about the Hawks. Ironically enough,
your boy sucks right now. What's wrong with Trae Young?
Oh my fucking! You couldn't wait till I let your shit off. Huh? You were holding that shit.
We need to talk about Trae Young. The Hawks have been incredibly good so far, but Trae Young has been incredibly bad. At some point, this man needs to remember how to make shots.
I think my camera died.
He's shooting 38%. He's shooting 38% from the field. He's shooting 38% from the field and 30.8% from 3. Trae Young, Mr. Steph Curry 2.0, shooting 30.8% from 3. Mo, please tell me, as the resident Hawks fan, what is wrong with your boy?
I rep the Hawks proudly, and he's just going through it right now. I think he had a black eye. He can't see perfectly. He just had a baby. He be staying up late nights. Donovan, you should, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to understand with those types of things.
Why? I don't have a child? What?
I'm pulling this shit out my ass, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
Right
I don't know, bro. I honestly think, on a serious note, he's never played so much off ball in his career like this since he was like in middle school middle school, dead ass, bro. When he was in high school, straight hooper, had the ball in his hands like 90% of the time. College, same exact thing. First year in the Hawks, same exact thing. And now he's off the ball so much to the point to where it's really hard for him to go ahead and find his rhythm on a consistent basis. And also, you make it even harder to find a rhythm when you're just passing the ball and you stand 5 feet away from the 3-point line with your hands on your waist, just looking at what DeJounte is doing on the court, bro. And I think I blame Trae Young because, like, at the end of the day, bro, you just have to make shots, and he has that ability to do so. And I'm not too worried about that. 2-3 weeks from now, I imagine him going on a bastard type of tear. He's gonna kill it. I just see it, bro. I see it. More so, I blame the coach. Fuck the coach. Fuck Nate.
Oh wow.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Trae Young's 3-point shooting. It's 31% right now. Like, he's a career 39% shooter. That's just gonna be positive regression to the mean. That's gonna happen. What is a little bit concerning is he's shooting 44% at the rim.
Oh my goodness!
We'll also go back to normal, but like that's like by far the worst in the NBA for a volume scorer. Like that doesn't make sense, and it's probably because they have no fucking shooting on their team. Because like you alluded to, they got rid of Kevin and brought in DeJounte, who is not a floor spacer.
And Bogey's out.
All this being said, you know what's weird as hell? So they have the 20th offense in the NBA. Last year they were like second or something like that. Like they were an elite offense for a couple of years with Trae. Their offense is 13 points per 100 possessions better with Trae Young on the court.
With Trae Young on the court?
With Trae Young on the court. And with DeJounte Murray on the court, it's 2 points worse.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about that because Trae Young is the absolute worst, and he still makes them massively better than when he's on the bench.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense, but when you think about the dynamic of these two guards, it kind of does. Because DeJounte has better numbers right now. He's playing better. Because of what I told you was going to happen in the offseason, he needs the ball in his hands, right? He doesn't. He's not a floor spacer. no real dynamic off-ball presence, and he's not great with the ball in his hands. He's not an elite playmaker. He's really good. He's above average, sub all-star level, but he's not Trae Young. And when you make this guy be the center of your offense, or not center, because Trae Young still has incredibly high usage, but when you make him like 1A, 1B of your offense, you're getting the ball out of your elite playmaker's hands too much to the point where you're basing it around the guy who's worse and gives you less of an offensive ceiling.
Exactly.
And that's what we're seeing.
Exactly. And I put a lot of the blame on someone like Nate McMillan because this is just a very rudimentary
I don't think it's his
approach.
Fault.
I think it's his fault. I think it's
Travis Schlenk's fault for making the trade for a guard.
No, absolutely not. I don't know. That was a genuinely good trade. If you can't name another instance where Trae Young is shooting this bad early into the season and the Hawks being this high in the Eastern Conference. No other universe that happens.
Okay, look,
you do that trade again. It's the coach and it's the
right.
system and it's how he's using everyone else around him. We have John Collins. John Collins is not doing shit on the offensive end. We're paying him $25 million a year.
You know why? Because just like Trae Young, he has to watch DeJounte Murray dribble. Like, DeJounte needs the ball in his hands.
That's the coach's fault. That is the coach's fault. Our system is way too complex. Our system is way too simple. That's what I meant to say. And more needs to happen. Way more needs to happen. Right now, we're not moving the ball. There's no swing. There's none of that, bro. Just
this is how DeJounte Murray plays basketball.
ISO ball. The Dallas Mavericks play ISO ball like fucking shit, like crazy, bro. But what makes them special is that they go ahead and swing that motherfucker. Guys like DeAndre Hunter, he has tunnel vision like shit. And his game is predicated off just straight up playing defense and making shots, and that's it.
I'm not wrong on that one. What makes the Mavericks special is the fact that they have Luka Doncic running
that too, of course.
And not DeJounte.
But Trae Young did the same shit though last year.
And
without DeJounte, we're number 2.
And now he's watching DeJounte Murray dribble.
Also, it just irritates my soul.
Let me explain my concern. So obviously the counterpoint is that Trae Young plays like shit right now, and they're still the third seed. They're still 9-6. So that means once he plays well, they have an incredibly high ceiling, right? No. Fair. That's a fair counterpoint if you're going to be a positive viewer of this team right now. My concern is right now they're a good team because their defense is number 11, right? So that's what you expect to see what happens when you bring in an elite point of the attack defender like DeJounte Murray. You want to see a better defense, which just happened. But my worry is with the offense being 20th, I don't think it's going to get that much better because no matter what, these issues are going to be here. We're talking about with them getting the ball out of their best players' hands that made them have the second best offense.
Yeah. So
I think even if you have a good defense, if you're neutering your offensive ceiling by having this guy there who's a great player but not a good fit with Trae, in my opinion, then you're not in a great position because you're getting rid of your biggest strength to make your biggest weakness a little bit better. But if your strength is so much worse, that just means you'll be mid-tier in both of them.
At the end of the day, coach's job is to put his players in the best position possible and optimize and maximize every single player's potential and ceiling on the entire team all at once if it doesn't come to detrimental to the other people. And Nate McMillan is simply not doing his job.
Okay. I just don't think he's dealt a great hand. I think you have to be a really good coach to implement a system that will give DeJounte the necessary touches he needs to be productive, but also allow Trae Young to be productive off ball when it's not something he's good at. I think that's asking a lot for a coach.
We've seen players in the past go ahead and change a lot. And you're right, it is asking a lot for someone like Trae Young who doesn't do much other than just like have the ball in his hand and do the yo-yo. But bro, it just irritates me because they're good, but they're not great.
Yeah, that's the thing. No matter what, they're going to be good. So I'm being negative and showing the, like the pessimist point of view. Clearly, they've shown they're going to be a good team. They're going to be in the playoff mix. Like, they're going to be this mid-tier playoff team. I just don't see the ceiling there. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that these problems are going to continue to show themselves over the long sample size.
Any elite team's going to blow our back outs.
Listen. I think that they have gotten lucky in terms of their schedule to open up the season. Right? Their first 6 games of the year, Houston, Orlando, Charlotte, Detroit. Right, or 5 games. They've had a lot of cupcakes early on. There's going to get to a point in the season where you start playing a lot more of like the upper tier playoff teams. And once you go through that stretch, and if Trae Young is still like this, and like Isaac has been saying, you have this DeJounte Murray led offense with Trae Young being your off ball 2 guard, that's going to cause problems.
We shouldn't say it's just DeJounte Murray led because it is still heavy doses of Trae Young because like they're staggering them. But it's just like you were so good because Trae Young did everything. And I get you want him to not have to do that so he doesn't burn out like we've seen James Harden do in the past and stuff like that. You want that diversity. You want the diversity from a player who can also be good when Trae Young has the ball. And that's never going to be the case with DeJounte.
It could be the case.
Tough times.
They won't though. Like he's not like he's not Russell Westbrook.
Times.
He's not destroying your spacing, but he's not elevating you when he's off ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I remember early in the season, DeJounte was like shooting 44% or whatever from the 3-point line. A lot of Hawks fans were geeked and gassed about that. And I was like, that's cool. The shot's falling in, but I still don't believe in that thoroughly. And he's shooting like 32% from the 3-point line right now as we speak. I think we're gonna have our nights where. Our schedule early on in the season was super easy for sure. We played teams like the Rockets and also the Orlando Magic, and we did our job and things of that nature. Cool. But I think that there's slight hope with the style of basketball that they play purely because of personnel and the type of players that they have on their team. Like Clint Capella is fucking eating this season. John Collins he's playing fucking defense this season for real. And Onyeka Okongwu is fucking there already, bro. So just those three big dudes in the paint who are hyper aware. I'm so happy John Collins.
Those three big dudes?
The girth of this team.
That's gonna save them. I feel like there's no team in the
size.
There's no team in the Eastern Conference that'll give Giannis more problems than the Atlanta Hawks. Guarantee that. No other team.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
There's no team that'll give him as much problems. No team.
What are you talking about? You think Onyeka Okongwu is blocking up? Okay, being big doesn't mean you're going to stop Giannis. Clint's too slow to guard Giannis. Onyeka is too small. John Collins is too trash. Like, there's none of them are stopping Giannis.
Can you read off to me Giannis' stat line when he last faced those dudes? Please do that.
Oh, we're taking fucking first 10 games of the season.
I'm being a crayon eater when it comes to arguments like this. Kiss my ass.
Great. I'm glad they locked him up when they didn't have Chris Middleton. But did Drew Holiday play the game? I don't remember.
No, the last one Drew Holiday didn't play. It was a Javante Carter.
No Drew, no Chris Middleton. Grayson Allen's been hurt. I'm glad that by throwing 6 bodies at Giannis, they were able to hold him under 30 points. Good for them.
People are going to take me serious, bro. I'm funny.
I am serious.
What's next? What's next on the docket, man?
Yeah.
Honestly, we've gone pretty long. We're already at 50 minutes. I think we should get on to these TikTok topics because we have some good ones today.
Let's get into it.
Y'all
Let's
done?
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I want you guys to pull up the group message and look at these jerseys. We're going to do what we did last week, and we're going to rate some of the new NBA City jerseys.
All right.
You guys down?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let me pull up the chat.
Mo, are you pulling it up on your watch?
No.
Yes, he is.
You fucking super spy.
I'm dead.
Okay. So, you guys got it ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Y'all let me know if these NBA City jerseys are a W or an L.
Let's go.
The Cleveland, the land.
Those are beautiful. I love these, bro. This reminds me of some reason, just some cool ass like that 70s shows type of vibes. I love it.
I like it. I love it too. It looks real retro in a good way, but still a little modern. I love it.
Yeah. And also, they're not too far away from their own color scheme, which I love. I hate when teams do some random ass shit.
Dang.
Okay.
They I don't love them as much as y'all do.
Of course.
I don't. But I'll give them a W because there's definitely much worse than this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fair enough. I fuck with them heavy.
Yeah.
All right. What about this Washington Cherry Blossom jersey?
These are whack. These are
what?
These are an L. I saw these on court. They look stupid.
Damn.
They look dumb.
What?
They look dumb on court, man.
Bro, these are gorgeous. I fuck with these heavy. I'm a big fan of the color pink, and sometimes when people do it, like with the Miami jerseys, it was great until they did gradient, which wasn't great. This, I love it. The way they have the flower over the eye, that little touch with the cherry blossom in the middle, beautiful.
It's alright. I'm in the middle of these. I don't love them, but I don't absolutely hate them either. I'm very about them.
Pick a side.
I can't, bro. I
this
can't.
W or L?
This is bottom half of the league right here.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
Ooh. Okay, just for that, I'm gonna give those a W because you crazy.
Here I go, being the bad guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You fucking villain. All right, next one, the Milwaukee Bucks.
I like these. These are kind
This
of.
is actually my favorite one of the whole set of city jerseys. I like them a lot.
Really?
I don't know about the
way
favorite.
the blue and the green, like it looks so clean. Like it just looks like fresh. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. The blue feels just so energizing, and looking at it on the court, it looks even better. It looks bright, 10 times better on the court. But it's not getting me crazy. It's not nothing generational or anything like that. It's alright.
You know what?
I love the simplicity and the brightness.
I'll say W. I like these. They're cool.
W though.
The right answer.
Yeah.
What's next?
The Suns.
Oh, I'm about to throw up.
It looks like a fourth grader made these, bro. Who did this? What concept did they steal this from, bro?
This is disgusting. We talked about the Spurs having Six Flags jerseys. That's what this is right here. I've always hated that big old logo that they've had in the middle and like no text. This color, oh my goodness. I can't say enough bad things about this jersey.
Bro, the one is yellow, red, white, and blue. That's just way too much going on right there. And I know it's little detail, but things like that, get that out of my face, bro. I should slap you for even bringing this upon my... Why are you asking me this question? The hell?
Listen, I don't hate it like y'all do, but it's an L. I'm not the biggest fan of them.
Yeah, next one. That one sucks.
All right. What about Minnesota?
Bro, I'm from Atlanta, and this looks like a Marta goddamn jersey, bro. This is nasty as hell, either. This is nasty as hell, too. Just, no, can't do it.
This looks like a G League jersey, for real. This is maybe like a college jersey at best.
This jersey would be a top 5 draft pick in frat leagues across the country.
Ooh, cold take. That's cold. You in your bag.
Frat boys will love this jersey.
They will eat this shit up, but if you wear this...
No, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. These are the jerseys where the whole frat pulls up to the IM game and they all have different versions of that jersey. This is that one.
In 20 years, this will be a deep cut jersey. You're like, oh, you have that Minnesota City jersey because it's iconic because it's so garbage. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, bro.
Fat L.
Yeah, like just the white and black. It looks like the G League Ignite. We just threw a splash of just color that isn't appealing in any way.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I feel like you guys ever just have that one piece of clothing in your room or in your closet to where like whenever you just wear this piece of clothing, your day's just automatic shit. Maybe it's just me, but those are one of those jerseys.
I don't have trash fits. Maybe
you get your life together. I would never have this type of shit in my closet. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
All right, last one. The Lakers.
It's okay.
I'll go first.
That's a W.
As a Lakers fan, this shit is boring as hell. That's all I gotta say. That shit is just bland.
I like this more. This actually might be my favorite Lakers city jersey.
What?
That they've had. I hated the Hollywood Walk of Stars, the yellow and white ones with the stars on the side.
I like that one. That's the Shaq one.
Yeah, I was not a fan of those. I think that they're okay. They're pretty simple. I don't think we've
they're just fine.
I don't think we've ever seen a Lakers jersey. Like the white Lakers jerseys normally have some type of like yellow pop in it. I think having like just the white and purple with a little bit of black, that's a cool way that they can like differentiate themselves. So it's a W.
Which is mid as hell. I'm not gonna mess with you. It's an L.
This is not bad at all. Honestly, this is one of the better jerseys that we've seen throughout this podcast so far, and I'm gonna give this a W. Super simple, super clean. You can't hate on it. Can't hate.
Couldn't be me. I can hate on it. I can tell you that. I can hate a lot. I got a lot of hate in my heart. All right. Well, that's it. That's the end of the jerseys we got. I know you guys loved it last time. Let's see if you guys eat it up this time.
Please do. I have
next
kids
thing
to feed.
We're gonna do another Shai Gilgeous-Alexander segment. We talked about him earlier. I'm gonna name some NBA players. You let me know if you take them or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Right now.
Well, I said it weird. You let me know if you take them or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. James Harden.
I'm taking Shai.
And it's not even close.
It's not close.
Tough.
It's not close.
Damn. Even though James Harden looked better to start the year?
I don't want that fat man on my team.
This man body shaming. No. Yeah, no. Not only is he slightly washed when it comes to fits too, Shai put that shit on. So I need somebody that on my team, dude.
I honestly, that's the closer argument. That's the closer argument is who dresses better, James or Shai. As for on-court production, I'm taking Shai.
Yeah, it's not even a conversation. Nice. You're crazy.
Okay. What about Karl Anthony Towns?
Shai.
You know me.
Yeah.
You know my game. You've seen my movies. I'm taking Shai. I'm taking Shai.
Yeah, you read the Yelp reviews, bro. Yeah, I'm just icked out about Karl Anthony Towns. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm
gonna go Shai. If Shai is this level of scorer now, where he's gonna be a 30-point per game guy with elite efficiency, that's just simply more valuable than a big who isn't gonna be a defensive anchor.
Facts.
Yeah, hell no.
Jaylen Brown.
I'm taking Shai.
This one's interesting. Because Jalen's a better defender, but Shai's scoring is such a higher level. Like, how does it weigh?
I'm taking Shai. I think if you can be the offensive engine, the way that Shai is doing right now, I would rather that. And Jalen's scoring is very like erratic. Like you can have Jaylen Brown games where he has like 12, 13 points and he has a really bad night, and then the next night he's gonna come out and give you 40. I would rather have the consistency from Shai than what Jalen does.
I think I'm gonna go Shai too because his impact is much better because Jalen's defensive impact is strictly on ball. He's not a very good off ball defender, so I don't think his defense makes up for the difference in scoring.
Yeah, I think Shai is the correct answer, but it's a hard question to answer. So Shai easily.
Okay.
What about De'Aaron Fox?
I'm taking Shai. To be honest, I think this one is actually closer than the Jaylen Brown one. Now that De'Aaron's shot is falling and he's like, because I think he's close to like 30. He's like above 35% shooting threes this year. Mm-hmm. I think it makes it closer, but Shai's that much of a better scorer, and I think he's a better defender than De'Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking Shai as well.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest De'Aaron Fox guy, so I'll go Shai, but I can see it either way. What about Darius Garland?
That's tough. That's tough because I like Darius a lot.
Yeah, I'm still going Darius.
I'm taking.
Give me Shai.
Darius' playmaking takes it over.
He's running the gauntlet.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going Darius because Shai's scoring is great. It's not going to be this great forever. Even if it is still great, I think the difference in Darius' playmaking is substantial. I think he's going to eventually get to the point where he's like a top 5 passer in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with him.
Yeah, I value the passing and the shooting a little bit more, so I'm definitely taking Darius. Though
long term, I'm taking that bet on the playmaker.
I'm caught in the moment right now. I'm taking Shai. He's running the gauntlet for me.
Okay.
That's bold.
I should have picked some better names then. This was too easy.
Yeah.
Wow. What about Zion Williamson?
I'm taking Zion. Even though Zion hasn't been elite this season at all, I'm still taking Zion.
Yeah, I think there's a world where Zion gets closer to what he was 2 years ago, and if that's the case, he's going to be better than Shai. But Shai's definitely been better this year. That's for damn sure.
Oh, for sure this year. Absolutely.
Yeah. Right now I'm taking Shai.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to overreact too much to Zion's slow start. I'm still betting on him long term.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Okay. So the last.
You're not going to ask Ja? Are you kidding me?
Okay, what about Ja Morant?
Are you taking Shai over Ja, Mo?
Nah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick Ja.
This guy's annoying.
Why the fuck did you ask me that then?
he's a troll. Move on. Next topic.
Anyways, last thing we're gonna do before we get out of here, we're gonna do another draft. If you stuck around long enough without going anywhere, congrats to you. You're gonna see it first. This time we're gonna do international players only.
I'm finna cook.
So,
what's the order? What's the order?
I'm number 1.
Order's good. Mo first, you second, me third.
All right, bet.
Mm-hmm.
So let's draft NBA lineups with only international players.
Let's go ahead. Just letting y'all know right now, I'm winning this. Number 1 pick, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay,
that's fine. Number 2 pick, give me Hakeem Olajuwon.
Wait. Is this all time?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
See, he wasn't prepared. He's not thinking big brain.
I'm already fucking.
Isaac,
all right, whatever.
Let's make your pick.
Damn, I was really hoping you didn't pick Hakeem.
Come on now.
I guess I gotta go current players. I guess I gotta go offense and pick Jokic and Luka, right?
Yep, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna take for my second pick. Give me my point guard. Give me Steve Nash.
Okay.
Wait,
good pick.
This is foreign? Steve Nash is foreign?
He's from Canada.
Canadian.
Ah, you're right. He is from Canada.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Fuck. Damn.
I feel like I'm gonna regret my picks. There's not a lot of elite defenders here, so it's gonna be kind of tough.
Okay. Shit. This is tough. Now, this is through a wrench in my entire game plan, bro.
This is tough.
International all time. This is tough. This is tough as fuck. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay.
Respectable pick.
Yep. Giannis and Dirk. Who's your next pick?
Yeah, and then so I got Giannis, I got Dirk, and then I'm gonna need a guard, and I can't pick any other guard who would be a great fit next to these dudes, other than wait. Someone already picked Luka.
Yeah.
Of course, I picked
Yeah,
Luka.
you picked Luka. Fuck
Yes.
you. Give me Manu Ginobili.
That's a good pick.
That's my pick. That's my pick. Dang it. Okay. All right. We're gonna try to find our way around this now. I don't know if this counts. He was born outside of America. Are we gonna let this?
No,
ride?
no. If he played for Team USA, then no.
Okay, that's dang. Well, then that actually counts out a lot of people. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get our 4, and we're just gonna go with a huge lineup here. We're gonna go Arvydas Sabonis
I like that.
and put him at the 4.
Ooh. So, I think I have to go big too, just because the talent on the board. I hate the fit, but I'm gonna pick. I hate the fit, but I'm gonna pick Joel Embiid.
Shit.
Okay.
I don't know who's. I guess Jokic is the 4, but I don't know how it's gonna work defensively. But I got it. The talent's too good.
Okay.
Yeah, the talent is to the big man. I never realized what the big man spot is. OD deep. Okay.
Yeah, most of these guys are bigs.
Yeah, big man spot is OD deep, and it's pretty slender when it comes to guards. What if I went ahead and pulled the Yui and picked Marcellus Huertas?
Damn, I need defense now.
Yeah.
I need a 3 and D guy, but I don't know.
So far, I got Manu. Is it your turn right now, Isaac, or what?
Yeah, go ahead and name a player though.
Wait,
Wait,
no,
is he-
no. Isaac has to go, and then I'm gonna go again.
Yeah, no. I mean, like he's listing his teams right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I got Manu, Giannis, and Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, I got Luka, Jokic at the 4, Joel Embiid at the 5. So I need 2 good 3 and D guys.
Where are you gonna go?
This is tough. You know, I'm only picking current players, which is annoying.
You're gonna do it. I'm gonna be upset. All right, go.
I need a wing. I need defense on the wing. Am I gonna pick Andrew Wiggins?
Damn.
Ooh, that's
Nah, I'm not gonna pick Andrew. I need defense though, and I want to pick Detlef Schrempf, but I need the defense. This is a tough spot right now. Damn. Who are you thinking I was gonna pick?
All right, you just go ahead and say Andre Karolinko, dude. Fuck you.
No, I need a 3. I need a guy that can. Do I go big and put Andre Karolinko with a 3?
Like,
Fuck it, I'm gonna go big. Give me Andre Karolinko with a 3.
Bro, listen. Moving forward, if it is not your pick, do not say names.
he's sick. He's sick.
Right? Because we're out here side coaching, giving people hints. They don't know who it is.
No,
I had to throw
was
him when he
thinking
threw
about
me
him.
one
He convinced me.
last one.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Okay.
So
I need a 2. I need a 2 and I need a 3. I need defense. Well, actually, I need perimeter defense. I don't really have that, but I think we're just gonna go all in here on kind of offense. I think you know what we were talking about him. We were talking about him earlier. Give me Shai. Give me Shai. And I'm going to put Shai at the 2. And I'm going to put Shai at the 2 with Steve Nash.
That's a great pick. Fuck.
That's nasty.
That's a great pick. So you pick Shai, and I'm going to go ahead and I need the Spurs backcourt. Give me Tony Parker.
Okay.
Give me Tony.
Solid.
And then, so I got Tony Parker, Manu, Giannis, and Dirk. So I need a 3. And off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone who would be
tough.
a better fit.
It's tough because there's not a lot of good defenders.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I feel so blessed to have someone like Giannis on my goddamn team. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick. Can I do Tony Kukoc?
Sure.
Yeah, you can 100% do that. All right, cool.
you.
with my last pick, I will take Andrew Wiggins as my 3.
You stole my pick.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought someone already picked Wiggins.
No, he did not.
No, I didn't end up picking him. I said it out loud, but I was like, do I pick him? But I didn't go with him.
You
I will
didn't.
take Andrew
Damn.
Wiggins as my 3 and fill out my roster that way.
Okay. I needed 2, and I really need a point of attack defender. So I'm trying to figure out who that is, but I don't know what good defenders are left.
I can't believe I picked Tony Kukoc. What the fuck, man?
Oh, this is tough. There's so many good bigs.
I know the
Point of
wings the wing depth internationally is very
Yeah.
is very low.
It's down.
Yeah.
Does
It. There's no real great defenders I can think of. I'm just gonna go
bro.
Drazen Petrovic.
Okay, yeah. Keep getting some shooting.
I gotta go offense.
You're gonna be the kings of the international player draft.
Did my camera just stop recording?
Oh no.
My camera stopped recording. I don't know how long ago.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
No.
Damn.
Okay, well, I got Drazen Petrovic.
Did you
Okay.
start recording
Can I
again?
record real quick?
Okay.
I just gotta go offense. I gotta go Drazen Petrovic.
Can I take one of my picks back? Are
No.
we allowed
Nope.
like one
Nope.
take back
Nope.
throughout the series?
Nope.
Wait, so nobody wanted Dort? Y'all could have gotten Dort for defense.
What the fuck I want Lou Dort for?
Lockdown. He's locked down.
That's it.
If that's all he has
Anyways,
to do.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I ran out of storage, but good thing we're done now.
This,
Well, yeah. Well, it was a great episode. As you see, my camera's not on, so we gotta end it here.
See y'all.
See ya.